wonderful Wizard of Heart Hardware. That's where the wonderful wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Heart. All right. You know, when I was a kid, I watched The Wizard of Oz a lot, so that was the junk back then. There was nothing better than The Wizard of Oz when I was young on TV. Period. When that came out, it was groundbreaking. I know that sounds funny to you guys, So, before I go, I wanted to tell you what I've been doing all morning. I've been marking all the stuff that I'm not happy, or my wife is not happy with. Let me show you some. I'm sure you wouldn't be happy either. It's on these windows. That's just one window here. The rest of them, you can't see daylight. It's what we're doing up here. You see all the orange tags. Near these steel screws and stuff, we're too close to the salt water. And some of the window pins are steel. But I'll notice the pins, but I was already looking at the slides, but the pins were stainless. But now they're back and forth. Some slides are stainless and some pins are steel. And some pins are stainless and you get me. I'm just trying to be calm. Window does not close properly. That's the only one out of all these windows. So they do a good job. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Sometimes something gets stuck, something like that, you know. And they ordered stainless steel screws and stuff, but the people that sold it to them try to get over on with some coated steel is all it is. So they can't fake out a magnet. I got an earth magnet, so that coating is not gonna stop that. It's gonna just stick right to it, just like raw steel. So the screw and handle is right here, I'm talking about right there. Just those two screws. And the slide is this slide right there, where the window slides up and down. Oh, see that where it slides? So that pin holding it, some of these pins are steel, and that's stainless. That slide is stainless. And then some of these are steel and that's stainless. So it's very confusing. It's not a good thing in the salt, you know, that's right on the slide that where you're gonna be dependent on the slide, it's gonna rust. So I don't like it. You know, I didn't pay for steel stuff. They know that I live right by the sea, so you know, it's not their fault really, but I mean, they didn't check to make sure that they were stainless. So, there you go. Hi. I'm still wowing this. I got a lot of things to wow around here. Started out with my bedroom floor, wow. Garage floor, wow. Gate, wow. Roof, wow. Tank, wow. And next thing you know, it'll be driveway walls, wow. All right, I'm off to buy some balls. Not that I need any. Yeah, I'm off to buy some stainless steel balls and some other pieces that they need. I need a 1.5 inch you know, rod, you know, the rod that goes across the handrail. So I gotta go get that, and they also need some flanges for those, for the railing. All right, peace. Hey, welcome to 62 to Freedom. This is build day 273. And this is Thursday the 9th of the month. And I just got here in the morning, supplying the snacks as usual. And I'm getting ready to go home and get, one of them sticky note pads, them little square yellow pads. I'm gonna go by each window and write on there what I don't like about it, and get the people that made the windows to fix it, who installed the windows. Some of them it's a seal problem, and some of them it's a broken clamp problem because they put the clamp too high and it catches it when you pull it. So and others are just there's a couple that's just misaligned and you can see daylight through the edge of it. I mean, what? It's there to keep the elements out and be able to open and close the window. So it's new, so I want it to look new, or else I'm not going to pay for it. It's not yet fully paid for, so that's about it. Today, later on, I need 6 tiles to finish the steps, and my wife needs rice to sell at her store. So that's I'm gonna go pick those things up later on. I'm gonna get with the builder, the foreman here, and see if there's anything he needs, so that while I'm gone, they won't be needful. They won't need something to continue the job along. So this is a t-shirt I got from Brock Eye. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, cashed in my 401k, half in this is a strategy that I think you should think about, at least, unless you're going to try to live off payments from your 401k, which I determined was foolhardy, because when you get old, you can't recover from a devastating blow. So if you're leaving your 401k in that account, and say the stock market tanks, like it lost like 20% recently. I just barely missed that. And luckily, I got paranoid and retired as early as I could. And I actually even left before I was 62 and just let the cars fall where they may. A little bit less money, a couple dollars. Anyway, I filed for Social Security, I think it was 3 months before I turned 62. I think that's what it was. You can file 3 months or 6 months before you turn 62. So that way, when the time comes for you to turn 62, you're still gonna wait and get a back retroactive check for a month or something like that. Like, it's still gonna be 2 more months. So I don't know what it is. If you just go like, right at 62, it's gonna be a while before you get your check. So think about that. Think about this too. If you're gonna cash out your 401k, you're not gonna gamble. You're not a gambling man or woman, and you're just gonna pull your money out of there and do what you want to do with it, like I did. I pulled all my money out of the 401k, and I built this house so that I wouldn't have a house payment. Before I left the U.S. in 2018, I bought this property, and then when I was ready to retire, I pulled out my cash, half of it in 2021. As much as I could, not half of it, way less than half. Pulled that out, and that added to the money that I made that year, and that kept me in the same tax bracket. So you don't want to pull out so much that you go into I didn't have that big of a 401k, so I was able to pull, like 35% out and add to my pay for that year, and I didn't go into another tax bracket. I stayed in the same. So I did that, paid that tax, and now in this next year, what year is this? 2022? I don't even know. Anyway, anyway, you get my point. The next year, I did that in the middle of December, and paid that on the upcoming tax year. So, and then the next year, I drew that out like 1 week into January, and just added that to my account, my bank account, and then I couldn't pay the taxes. You know, I wasn't working anymore. I only worked like a week in January. So then, or not even that, a couple days. So I would get a W-2. So I did that, and I got in a lower tax bracket because what was left of my 401k wasn't enough to put me up into that same tax bracket. So bam, I got the best tax relief I could get, you know, pulling it out like that. And I didn't want to leave it in there. And then when we came here, we were here, you know, 2 weeks, and the stock market just tanked. If I would have left 2 weeks later or a month later or something like that, I would have got 20% less money out of my 401k. So your timing on leaving and retiring on your 401k is highly important. And I want to stress that, and watch your tax bracket, because whatever you take out of there, if you cash out, whatever you take out of there, you're going to have to add that to what you made that year. So there you go. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm paying for this house with. And, you know, my 401k, I really only got serious about saving when I was 47. And so I'm 63 now, because I've been here a year now. But we didn't start building till like the beginning of March. The first week of March, we started this build. And that was making that storage shed and starting the fence, I think. No, the footings. So that was the beginning of March. So March is coming up. It'll be a full year on this build. But you know, here in the Philippines, the labor is not as expensive as America. So I was able to shelter that storm there. But you know, since I only started saving when I was 47, I didn't really have that much 401k. So it's disappearing, and then when it's done, all I will have is partial Social Security and $76 from a job I worked before. I worked at Steel America in Kelowna Shipyard. So that was way back. So that company was Pin Engineering and Manufacturing. So I worked there for like 3 or 4 years, and I get like $76 till my spouse dies. I could have chose $150 or something for, that was one of the last retirement plans I heard of anywhere. You know, everybody just switched to 401k, and that's all they give the employees now. But not that company, which was good. They changed everything now, but back then they had it like that. They were based out of Danborough, Pennsylvania. So it was a pretty good job. It wasn't really high pay like the shipyard was, because I programmed CNC equipment there. So that was much higher pay. So anyway, got enough left, I think. This is coming to an end, and you know, I'm going to try to wrap this up in like 30 days. I don't know. I might have to end it sooner than that. You know, some stuff may remain unfinished because I got to be able to furnish this house, and most of my 401k is gone. So I want to have beds and couches, you know, washing machines, stuff like that, kitchen table. So to be able to do that, you know, and then, you know, we need air conditioners in there for just emergency down, you know, rock hard heat. You know, I think that, you know, and we're gonna need a bunch of fans to have a fan station everywhere, so that you don't need air conditioning. You can just turn off one fan, go to another station, turn that fan on, and catch the ocean breeze most of the year. So that's the plan. That's the plan, man. And like I said, I'm gonna go get me a sticky note thing and start inspecting all the windows, every window and door in the house. I'm gonna do that today. Bye. Peace out. So I'm going to get the balls that go on the top of these, each one of these. There's the round balls that I bought, stainless. And I'm gonna get all those. And this is just roughed in. You see they haven't blended, but they're doing a good job. And you know, I've seen some really fancy ones of these, but I can't afford to get too fancy. So you see that we got these decorative swirl going here. And then plain swirl, plain swirl. You see that? So, and then we're gonna get the 1.5 inch balls, the balls that go on the top here. I'm gonna go get those and we'll see how that looks. It's gonna look good. All right, I'm off to see the wizard.